see my screen. Hey, Extinction. How are you? It's D in Durham, and I'm having an issue already.
Hey, Ro.
With my Windows capture. Bear with me. How do I do this? I forgot it. I haven't streamed in such a long time. I don't remember how to show my screen.
Oh, God.
Oh, no. Create properties. There we go. Is that better? Happy Saturday. Hi, Lex. He says, all right, another episode of D&D. Yeah.
You singing?
I think it's Fury's birthday. I thought Extinction was having a birthday, but I don't remember when his birthday... When's your birthday? Extinction. He was asking on Zalon's stream yesterday if I would show him a picture of myself for his birthday. Can you guys hear us? It says I'm offline. Did you get an alert
I don't know.
that I went live?
Should I be looking?
Well, if you cared, you would.
Okay. This is fun. Looks like D is live.
Am I?
With one person watching.
Yay. Only one? Alright, give me a minute here. I need to figure out how to post. Oopsies. I guess I can't do it. Come back. Whoopsies. Hi, John Wick. Hi, Extinction. Hi, Lex. How do I post my channel on Band? Sorry, guys. Bear with me. How do I... Drama, you're supposed to be assisting.
I don't know how to do any of this stuff.
So what's everyone up to? Okay, I think I just posted it. Sorry, bear with me. My assistant doesn't help me. Except for making drinks, which I am almost ready for another one.
There, one.
Well, we have to get warmed up first. Okay, so I'm on Discord, but nobody's there. Let me tell Zalon I'm here. Okay. All right, I'm focused. I'm back. Okay. Oh, BMT. Hey. He says I'm very faint, like I'm far away. Well, we had to try something different because we're downstairs. Feel free to join us on Discord if you would like. Anybody. I'm on my Discord. Can you hear us any better? Am I any better? Share the link, D. Oh, crap. I can't. I don't know how. Does anyone know how to share my Discord link? I don't know how to do it. I'm on one laptop. And I don't have a second monitor. Do you know how to share my...
No, I'm not in any of the chats. I'm not in a single BOT chat. Who am I going to share it with?
No, in the YouTube channel.
Oh, no. You're crazy.
BMT, I'm in my Discord, which you have access to. Alright, so are we any better? John Wick says volume is too low, or is it just me? I got the alert you went live, says Lex. They can hear me. Is it any better? I turned the microphone towards myself. Okay. Sorry, I'm just sorting myself out here. Drum is not saying anything. Today was our anniversary.
10 years.
Mix's volume say is it too low,
or is it just me? I got the.
You're not excited.
Best 10 years of my life.
BMT said he'll do it. Thank you. Okay, focus. So here's the game. So we have Segunga 2020, which is what you called her.
Is it a her?
Yeah, Segunga is a woman.
I thought it was a dude.
Oh, is it? I've been calling her a woman this whole time.
It's a man.
It's a man? It's a woman.
I don't know.
I don't know. Happy anniversary, says Pisces Shark. Happy anniversary, Extinction. When's your birthday, Extinction? So I'm streaming for Zalan. He guilted me into streaming for him. He said we had to. It's the Cheer Up Zalan stream. But Zalan's not here. We have 8 people watching. Yeah, I don't know. Does anyone know if Segunga is a man or a woman? I always thought it was a woman, but it does look like a man, doesn't it?
Yeah, I don't know how.
Oh, crud.
It's always been a crap titan, so.
Uh-oh. Sakani is a man. Segunga is a woman. That's what Pisces Shark said. I don't know. All right. How do I mute this? Man, this stream is getting to a rough start. Sakani is my next Friday is my birthday, Extinction says. And Prometheo says, good evening. Good evening. Feel free to join me on Discord, guys. I'm Prometheo says it's a woman. I'm on my Discord, and Jim is supposed to be sharing the link. And we just got a new subscriber. Yay. BMT said it's better when I turn it towards myself. Jim, I thought you were going to share my Discord link. Please. Okay. Focus. So, I have 5,745 souls.
How many souls do you need?
It's 19.
Jesus Christ.
But I have 13,000 on my other account. And I'm finishing on both.
That's ridiculous.
Is it?
Yeah.
Why is it ridiculous?
Because it's another week where Sunday night you gotta be up till 2 in the morning playing this junk.
No. Oh wait, I think I could share the link if I go to my YouTube. Prometheo said, I heard about this new YouTuber from NTG. Have you heard of her? She's called D. She's not doing so well today. She is not doing so well. How do I... Do you know how to do it? Can you just do it for me?
Who?
You.
Do what?
Post my Discord
I have
link.
no idea how to do this stuff.
Okay. I think that's it. So, feel free to join me on Discord. I don't know. I don't even know how to turn my sounds off. Okay, so John Wick says, description, she boosts her Panthers. Gabrielle Barcelona is a new sub, but that is Daddy NDG Home. Hello, welcome. Thank you for joining. Thank you for the subscription. BMT says, who is this D you speak of, Prometheo? Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. It's funny how everyone said they would join me on Discord and nobody's here. Jim, get your butt over here. All right, I'm almost ready for my second drink, so I don't know how long we're going to be on here, but we have 8 people watching. I guess they're punishing me.
We'll punish them by making them wait another 5 months for your stream.
Okay. No. Okay, so let's focus. Let's find some lands here. So yeah, I heard, I believe that Segunga is awesome, and I was really mad that I didn't get Solzar. couple weeks ago. And now I'm not so mad. And I want her on both of my accounts, mine and yours.
Why were you mad about Soulstar?
Well, because it was a solo event, and I didn't do it because I just had a lot of things going on, and I was like, oh, and then everyone was saying that Solar was beating Pigsy with minutes to spare. So I was like, darn it, why didn't I do this? Because if I beat a Pigsy, I don't beat it with minutes to spare.
Do you find yourself attacking Pigsy a lot?
Yes. Yeah, Pigsy is like one of the better defenders in the game right now. Totek is pretty good too, but I didn't max mine out.
Why not?
Oh, because I messed up. All right. Oh, who do we have? Hold on. I have to put you on speaker. Hey, how are you?
Pretty good. You? Happy anniversary, too.
Thank you. 10 years.
Wow.
I know. All right. Maybe you can help me. I need to start here. Focus, Dina. Focus. Oh, it's D. It's D.
There, one.
All right, hold on. Who was I using? So did you where are you, Pisces? Are you just doing your min, or did you finish? You're not finishing, right? I thought you were just going to hit the min.
I'm going to hit the min. I'm going to hit a little bit more than what they require, but yeah.
There you go. Is your team in top 50?
Oh, yeah. We're in, like, the 20-something.
Oh,
right?
nice. Very nice. Hey, Jam.
You asked me to share your YouTube link, which I did in the band chats.
Oh, thank you. I thought I asked you
Tell me
to
to share your Discord link. If you want me to share your Discord link, I'll do that
I
for
did.
you too. Anything else? You're going to start paying me to do this stuff here shortly.
I'll pay you with compliments. How about that? How are you?
It's good to see you streaming again, D.
Thank you. Val was supposed to join me, but her company came. I can't even talk today. Oh my god, her company.
Came early? That's
her company arrived earlier than anticipated.
So that's what they call it these days.
Oh my god. So Jim, are you finished with the event?
Yes, I finished on Thursday.
So tell us about Segunga 2020.
Segunga 2020 is a freaking beast.
Really?
I've taken down everything from Pigsy to nothing that could stop her. As long as you got the right relics.
And what do you just take all Panthers?
No, I decided to use Grenadiers with Segunga.
Ha 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 ha. You're so funny.
So, Jim, is there anything you won't take down?
What's that?
Is there anything you won't take down?
What? Is that supposed to be... Oh my. That went over my head, so I don't know.
Well, he said he takes down everything.
You see how our minds think, D?
Honestly, the joke went over my head. I have no clue. It's got to be something
I
dirty.
just want to know where the limit is.
I still don't get it.
No limit.
I still don't get it. Ew, you're disgusting.
What are you talking about?
You're gross.
Oh, see, now I want to see what he was doing.
I think you know what he was doing, Jim. So what else is going on?
Have you finished the event? I got to turn the stream off so I can watch chat. Because I can hit a reverb if I don't.
So I'm at like 13, I think, K on one account, and this account was a little under 6, so I have some catch up to do, but I was planning on finishing on 2 of my accounts.
Nice.
I mean, I would like to finish on 3, but I just don't know if that's workable. Only because even on my baby account, it would be really useful to have a really good attacker.
You still have to level these titans.
I know I have to level them.
By the time you level them, there's going to be a new thing that's better.
Well, so everyone that got Solzar 2 weeks ago is mad.
Well, that's how the game works.
I know, but 2 weeks?
I'm not mad. This is an all Panther. I mean, Titan. Solzar was Grenadiers and Panthers.
Right.
I'm not mad.
But Solzar was also...
You fused your Solzar into Segunga.
What?
Okay.
Who
Oh,
did
yeah.
that? You did not do that, did you?
Yeah.
Jim!
How do you got my Segunga to 60?
You fused your Solzar into Segunga. And who did you fuse into Solzar?
Oh, I had a bunch of 4-star, 3-star, 2-star models and shit, and then a bunch of lower level Titans.
Do you also have a toe tech? A tight tech?
No, I never went. I don't have toe tech. I never went for toe tech.
Oh, okay.
I have toe tech.
Is he leveled?
He's maxed.
So how does toe tech do on like a Pigsy?
Oh, I don't attack. I only have like level 18 to 19 troops.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have like every sort of relic, so good setups are. I don't typically attack. So I haven't tried.
I have a setup for toe tech that supposedly takes down Pigsy and other defenses, so I'm a little excited about that, but I'm slow on the start.
What level is your toe tech?
I don't know. I'm not gonna say.
What level?
I don't want to say. I don't want to
level?
say.
What level?
I don't know, like 20 something,
Oh,
25.
really
Maybe.
working hard. You sound pretty excited about it.
Leave me alone. It's my new project.
Did you get that set up from the one group chat or no?
I don't remember what chat it came from. There were a couple different setups, but one of them, I think the one that Fury found somewhere that he posted, I don't know where it originally came from, but supposedly they were testing them, and this one in particular can take down Pixie also with minutes to spare. So, and I've heard Totek was pretty nasty, so I want to give him a try.
Yeah, I've heard the same thing. I didn't go after Totek when he...
Well, it took a while though. When he first came out, nobody was really like, no one was saying anything. I like to wait and like see like what Extinction says and like see what everyone else says, and then I'm like, all right, I'll level that Titan.
I don't know. From the looks of this event, it's very popular, which absolutely baffles me. The best Panther Titan in the game that can take down any other Titan, and it doesn't seem like there's a lot of popularity for it, or not a lot of people's running for it.
So it's more popular than I was anticipating. I was anticipating like a 500 to 600 for top 50, and I think last I checked we were well over 500 in top 50. So it's more popular than I thought, but you're right, it should be even more popular than it is. Hi, Prometheo.
Hey, Dee, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Glad to see you joined.
Yeah, thanks for the link, Jim. Yeah, I'm mystified as well, but some people had called it. I think there's a sense that with a bunch of good events over the last month or so, and with Solzar doing quite well, that people look at Segunga and they think, well, I already got a good Panther Titan, and I'm low on gems. I don't want to spend money to do this one. But let me tell you, Segunga is basically LifeSpark, and that's way better than Solzar. So I'm putting some stuff out tonight that'll show the numbers on it, but Solzar is not in the same neighborhood.
Really?
I didn't think so, but just because of the Gren stats that he has too, and this is all Panther. But again, I was amazed. I ran for it, got it, maxed the last relic, got the Panther muzzle. I mean, he's amazing. She's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, to give you kind of a general relative scale, I put out some numbers in a post on my channel where Segunga compared to Solzar is like, call it, so the scale I had, Jinshu comes out at 1.0 on the scale, Solzar comes out at 4.0, so call Solzar like 4 times better than Jinshu. And then Segunga comes out at a 22.7 against Pigsy. So you're talking about like Segunga as much better than Solzar as Solzar is versus Jinshu.
So 4 times better? Is that what you just said?
Yeah, pretty much 4 or 5 times better. I mean, you could look at Segunga as being right up there with Lifespark in pretty much any fight. And with the ranged and melee resistance, that's just something that you're not getting on other Titans.
Right.
Yeah.
Is yours leveled?
I'm doing a slow burn on her for now.
Gotcha. Now, what would you recommend to people that are just getting her and aren't going for that last relic? Don't you think they should go for it?
Yeah.
Reevaluate
I mean,
your
the
life
forest
choices.
carving is a much better head of Mimir, and you can still use head of. I mean, you don't necessarily need head of Mimir if you have Panther Muzzle, but you could use head of Mimir. So that's your melee resistance right there.
You heard it, guys. I need another drink. I'm not giggly enough. Yeah. I finished.
And the fact that they put the Ornate Uraeus in this event so that you can get to max lightning resist very easily, I think is actually very well planned, so that you got your void, ice, and lightning covered. And then, in most cases, when you're up against Goliaths, you can probably cover that with armor. Grenadiers, I don't know if you're really worried about those on attack. Poison's probably the hardest element to cover on her.
You think? Do you have a
I think
build?
Segunga will actually do pretty decent on defense,
Yeah.
except against Segunga.
Do you have some?
I
Did
don't
you
know
do any?
about against Zeus, though.
What about
Against
Zeus?
Zeus?
Yeah.
kidding me?
And the Storm Maidens?
Jim, if I'm attacking Zeus with Segunga, I'm
No. You said Segunga
Okay.
do pretty good on defense.
On defense. Okay. All right. Well, my defense build is going to have Gungnir and the Hunter's Bow on it, so I'm at 94% resist ranged. I'm going to have max
Okay, you
lightning
can
resist.
get Goliath at max lightning resist with melee resist and range resist, and the Storm Maidens are still going to slaughter them. Why would you think Panthers would do? Because they're less health.
Why do people think that Goliaths are a good proxy for Panthers in that comparison? Because
I'm not saying they're good proxy. I'm saying Goliaths you can get them to more health, plus max lightning, and plus their range to 100% range, and you can still slaughter them. And the Panthers were going to have less health.
Like I think
Am I thinking about this wrong?
I mean, you have to look at how the fights actually play out. If you're using maidens against Goliaths and they're just plodding in slowly, you have a lot longer lead time. I mean, if you're keeping them juggled with fears and frozen, and you can do the same thing with Panthers, then by all means it might work. But Panthers are so much faster than Goliaths that I don't think you have a runway that you need to keep them from getting on top of you. Against Zeus, I'm really not worried about it, because I used to get greens against Zeus using Grimvald with max range resist and max lightning resist. And if a Grimvald can beat a Zeus, then max range resist and lightning resist on Panthers ought to do the trick.
I'm not technical, so I defer to whatever he says.
Way to be part of the conversation.
Thank you, D.
Me and Prometeo will just go off on our own little tangents here.
Trust
So,
in-
Prometeo, how you doing today, bud?
In Prometheo, we trust.
Doing fantastic. How are you, DMT?
Oh,
I want him to. I love your videos where you suggest builds and explain like why. Those are my favorite videos.
Yep, I'm working on one of those right
Okay.
now. I'm actually doing a rundown of the whole Panther meta right now.
Awesome.
It's taken a lot of work, but I'm hoping to get it out tonight. So I'll keep working on it during your stream, and if you go long enough, I'll hop on right after you're done and let people see it.
That would be awesome. We really appreciate you.
We appreciate you too, Dee.
Appreciate what you do. I'm just over here being silly. Tell me, I'm on my second drink. It's my 10-year anniversary. Cheers. Yeah,
10-year anniversary.
What?
We actually don't know. We don't remember what it was the anniversary of. If it was our first date or the day we met, or do you remember?
I don't know.
He doesn't know.
So wait a minute. 10 years is. You don't marry that, or what is he gonna do?
10 years of, I don't know. Am I supposed to remember? I just remember like the 16th was May 16th was our anniversary, but I don't remember what we decided the anniversary was going to be. It might have been our first. It was either our first date or it was like a first something.
It might have been the first date.
You think it was the first like real date?
Where we met up at the bar.
That date, or do you think it was the other
Where
date?
were you on May 16, 2010? I want to know.
I don't remember.
What was the name of that bar?
Oh, it was the bar in.
Back.
Don't say names.
So what was the name of that place, though?
I don't know. Is it like an Irish
I
name?
don't know. It doesn't exist anymore.
It was next to the pizzeria.
I can't remember.
I don't remember
what it
either.
was called. Yeah.
Do you think it's that, or do you think it's the time that we went to our second?
No, it wasn't the second
No?
one. No.
It was the first
'Cause
one.
you blew me off.
I blew you off after the first one for like
something.
several weeks, and then my friend told me to give you another chance.
As if I blew it, please.
Hey, Tag.
Drum wasn't always this suave, sophisticated man that we see.
No, actually, we hit it off really well, and it was like almost too well, and I was just like I was not in a good place, and so I was like, this is too good to be true. I don't trust this. Like, there's no date, like no dates have this many sparks flying, right? Like this is fake, right? So I was like, forget it. There's some weird stuff happening, and I was done. I was like, I'm done. I'm not going to see him again. And my girlfriend was like, what are you talking about? Good things do happen to good people, and you need to be open to that, and blah, 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 blah. And I was like, fine, whatever. I'll meet him again, and you could meet him. So we did like a double date, and she fell in love with him on our second date, which was like, it was months later, right?
No, it wasn't. It was a few weeks later.
No, it wasn't a few weeks.
No, it was like right after Memorial Day.
Was it? Okay,
Yeah.
so then it was 3 weeks later, maybe-ish?
2 weeks. Where did you
I
met?
remember blowing you off for a very long
That
time.
Memorial Day.
The Memorial Day. Sorry, guys. That's an inside joke.
Well, congratulations on making it
Thank
an
you.
accomplishment, especially in today's day and age where people think it's so easy to get together, then get divorced and everything else. So congratulations.
I was told today that if I want to make it another 10 years, I need to get the abs back. What the hell is that?
She's so superficial.
Yeah, not at all.
What?
That's quite a cackle there.
I miss your abs.
I do.
You don't miss them?
I feel comfortable.
Yeah, but I like them.
He's not a piece of meat, you know. He's got feelings.
Oh my god. Churro says happy anniversary. Thank you. Obi says, you all know this Titan is not worth it. Wink, wink. Hey, Tag. Solo. Hi. Who else is here? That's it. Anyways.
Everybody that's in here, smash that like button.
Yes, we have 14 people watching. So I did this for Zalan. He had this like a little, actually, it's kind of a sad story actually, that his grandfather, he mentioned this on his stream yesterday. His grandfather is in a nursing home, and he recently was diagnosed with COVID. And his mom is like freaking out because you can't visit anyone and nobody knows what's going on. And he has like Alzheimer's. So I don't even know if they can be in contact with him. And I guess he just assumed, the worst. So I was like, oh, I'll do a cheer up stream. And he was like, oh, you're not going to stream. And I'm like, I'll stream for you. And he's like, all right, I'll be there the whole time. And he hasn't showed up yet.
For you.
Won't let nobody hurt you. I'll stream for you. That was for Zalan, wherever he is. Anyway, so Yeah, I'm gonna finish Segunga here. I'm gonna finish Segunga in
Segunga.
Legends. You missed. What did you miss? You missed Prometheo's whole thing. He said.
He said it was good. I heard it.
Yeah, he said it was good. No, he said he's doing another video on builds, and he might show it before my stream is over. Oh. So what else is going on? How's everyone doing? Where is Alon? Said Churro. I don't know where Alon is. He promised to be here. Is it me, or are other people seeing like crazy things at the grocery store? So we got our circular yesterday, and lobsters.
You mean besides the crazy prices?
Lobster. Well, so the one thing that I'm really annoyed about is one grocery store. There's two main grocery stores that I go to. The one big one hasn't been doing circulars. They're doing like one-page things, and then they write this like half of it is like, oh, we're doing our best to sanitize and blah 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 in these times of need, and we're focusing all our efforts on stocking the shelves. So we're not going to be providing any sales or discounts or whatever for the week, but we're working on things. And I'm like, really? No sales? Like, that's annoying. And then the other thing was, lobsters. So the circular that came out yesterday, the lobsters were $5.99 a pound. We're thinking it's because nobody's buying them and they want to get rid of them.
No, I'm saying it's because they're not selling them to the restaurants because nobody's going to the
Who
restaurants
buys lobsters from a grocery store?
What do you mean who? We buy them from a grocery store.
Yeah, but restaurants don't get them from the
fish 'em out of
grocery
the
store.
sea yourself?
Restaurants get them from other places.
No, they don't.
Yeah, they
It's
do.
the suppliers of the
No,
lobsters.
no.
These are not the
Lobster
suppliers. Can't sell them to the restaurants. Who do you think they're selling them to?
Exactly. There's lobster
Grocery
suppliers.
stores, and they're passing the discounts on to you.
Exactly. Thank you, Jim. Thank you. Jesus.
Jesus is not going to help you.
There's no lobsters being sold at restaurants. So,
Are you going to go get us lobsters?
So there's an abundance at the grocery store, so they can release them for a cheaper price.
All right. So you're going to go get some?
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
It's on Memorial Day.
So, Jim, you're in Raiders.
Uh-huh.
Prometheo, are you in Hammer?
All right.
Alrighty. Pisces. You're on Legends Server 1, right?
I have no idea. No. What's the difference?
Server 1 is more full, I think, than Server 2, and a lot. Well, for us, it's more challenging, but.
I mean, right now there's 50 people, 50.
Yeah, it's full. How are things over there?
Not that bad.
No.
It's an event, so I'm not getting instantly garrison.
Right. No one should bother you.
I actually got greens on VP land.
There you go.
Ridiculous.
No one should bother you because all the teams are sort of connected. So everyone's farming. No one's gonna hit you.
Oh no, I've already gotten hit.
You've gotten hit?
Yeah, 2 or 3.
What? You shouldn't.
Garrison's weak compared to the people up here.
Say what?
So he's on one of the teams that's interconnected with like 100 other teams. So
yeah.
none of them are allowed to hit each other. So I'm a little surprised.
Yeah, whatever. Those people who run the game.
That's your opinion. All right, so I was gonna save this for when Zalam came, but he's not here.
What?
I wanted to discuss.
I'll stand by you.
I was thinking about like some of the best. No, some of like the best quotes from the streams, or some of the best things. Like one thing that I remember from Zalam's stream is when he was like 4-star, and then Bo saved the voice thingy. You don't remember that? Did you ever do that thing for Jim that you were supposed to do, the BM Bad Mother Trucker thing?
I don't know.
You never did?
I don't recall.
Jim, get on him.
What do you think? Get on him, please.
You were supposed to
You're
record
lucky
it.
I'm here tonight.
I don't even stream anymore, D, so there's no point to it.
And you really want to see Jim on me?
Yeah.
That sounds disgusting.
Slather him in mayonnaise and slide him through the mail slot, baby.
Get on him, Jim.
Churro said maybe I should bait him by impersonating him. Because that's what he does to me. Can you do it as
No,
Alana?
I'm not gonna do it.
I'm not very good.
The last time I did it, it was mean, and I felt bad.
But he impersonates me all the time.
Does he?
Yeah.
I thought we put him into that.
No, he still does it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he does.
He does. Yeah.
It's still funny though.
Can you do a D impersonation? Or can you do as Alana impersonating D?
No.
That's way too much.
So how are you guys doing? Are you staying safe? Jim, are you still working?
Yeah, I've been working every day almost.
Really?
I heard
Well, they call
Tesla's-
me essential personnel, but what they really mean is they don't care if I die or not.
Why is that funny?
That's not.
He laughed rather quickly at that too.
Yeah, you really had a chuckle on that one.
It's just the change in tone from they call me essential, but it just means they don't care type.
Right.
You know.
I'm a guinea pig.
Well, the good thing is there's lots of people that can't work and don't have jobs right now, so at least you have a job and you're working, right?
There are like 36 million people unemployed. Holy,
It's insane.
I can't say what I want to say. It's your stream.
And I don't even know how people can afford, like, if you're not working and you can't work, like, how do you pay for stuff? Like, how many...
They're getting unemployment plus $600 a week.
Yeah, but that's not going to last very long.
I heard actually they've been having a lot of problems with the unemployment because there's too many people that have filed for it. So,
Like in my state, they get in Ohio if you're percent of your paycheck. So just for numbers' sake, if you get $1,000 a week, let's say, that means you're going to get $800 plus you get an extra from the federal government for this pandemic. So you get $1,400 a week. You're making more than you was when you was working. The hell were they want to go back to work for? Because they extended it. Well, I mean, I say it's kind of a joke, but it's kind of true because didn't they extend it? I mean, they got it going for 6 months. Now they're talking about extending it to a year.
Right.
Why would you want to go back to work if you're making more money on unemployment than you wasn't working?
yeah, my job keeps trying to send me down to the Bronx to work there because they're calling it the ghetto Christmas. all these people got all this money they never had before, and they're just ordering crazy amounts of stuff. It's ridiculous.
The ghetto Christmas. That's funny.
Oh my. How is everyone else doing? We haven't really heard from anybody in the chat recently, but I hope all are keeping safe and staying inside and socially distancing and doing what you can do to deal with this.
Well, how are you doing in Drum? I mean, you guys are on the hot spot.
So, well, I mean, we are, but we're not. Like, we're not in the city. We're like 40 miles north of Manhattan. So we are, but we aren't. We're in the burbs, and we have a house. We have some little land. I have a gym that he built me, which I've been exercising for 8 straight weeks in. Yeah. We have a house guest.
You have a house guest?
Yes, we do.
Is that like a nickname for a little cockroach running?
Nope.
Or you actually have a house guest?
Drum's sister lives in Africa,
And the borders are closed.
the borders are closed, and she can't go back home.
Ah, gotcha.
So she has been with us for how many weeks?
I don't know, a long time.
I'm okay. I'm not sick, but I'm working from home, so at least I'm getting paid. But I feel terrible for the people that can't work because I don't even know how I would pay my bills if I couldn't work. Extinction said, "What is D drinking?" Extinction, why don't you join us on Discord?
It is a lemon vodka with a splash of curacao and Sprite.
It looks like a bright blue. It's a bright blue drink. It sort of tastes like an electric lemonade. All right, I don't know. I think it's going to be a short stream.
Well, you guys aren't engaging us.
Salon's not here. We don't have a lot of people. And you know what he's going to say. I know exactly what Salon's going to say. Well, D, you haven't streamed in a very long time.
Then we won't do it again. You had your chance.
What do you expect? They lost faith in you.
So have you guys seen Godin's video about the Sentinel whatever?
No, why don't you tell us?
I don't remember, but it's supposed to be a militia storming, Omega militia and Omega storming summoner.
That's the thing coming Memorial Day weekend?
Memorial Day.
I don't know my days.
It's coming in like 2 weeks, right?
Yeah, the end of the month is Memorial Day sometime here.
What is it supposed to be?
Memorial Day?
No, what is the Titan supposed to be?
Then Memorial.
Is it an invoker?
Yeah, it's an invoker. I don't remember most of the skills. I just remember that it summons Omega Storm.
No, I haven't seen Godin's video about it.
Yeah, I haven't either. Did it just come out?
Yeah, but no, Godin posted a video. I don't know how many hours ago.
Okay. We've been bike riding all day and celebrating our 10-year anniversary.
Nice. I got woken up and forced outside to help put a liner on pool.
On a pool?
That sounds fun.
That sounds super fun. I want to do that.
Wish I could do that.
I removed it. I had to remove the old one yesterday. It wasn't very fun. Being woken up twice in a row just to go outside and do something.
What the hell time are you sleeping till, man?
He's a night owl. Pisces Shark stays up late.
I pretty much fall asleep when everybody wakes up.
Are you working right now?
What?
Are you working?
I don't have a...
Working?
You don't know.
Oh, he's in school? I thought he had a job.
I graduated last year.
Oh, I'm sorry. Forgive me. I didn't know you was that old.
No, but I thought you had a job, but I don't know why I assumed it was something that had to do with interacting with people.
What? That's
What?
like every job.
I consider interacting with people in person.
I'm sorry, I thought you interacted with people.
Leave me alone.
Pay no attention to her.
Ignore the person behind the microphone. Behind the blue ball.
You hand drum.
Oh God. Obi says Guardian Invoker.
Is that Obi-Ron or
No,
is there a
it's
person
Obi
called
Zod.
Obi?
Obi Zod.
Oh, Obi Zod? Is
Yeah.
he a Superman fan?
I don't know. Obi Zod, are you a Superman fan?
He must be. But
Why?
I name like Zod.
Zod.
No, Obi-Ron doesn't love me. He doesn't ever join my streams, ever.
You know, he's got kids.
No, he does.
Some people are shy. They don't want to talk.
Guardian
Look
Invoker.
at me. I'm super shy.
You are not. Militia and all human troop damage of 360%, subject to change. I don't know how I feel about that.
What?
Militia and all human troop damage of 360%.
Of 360?
That's what it says.
Oh, okay.
That's what Dionysus is.
Is that just the next skill? I mean, what is that? I don't even know anymore.
Yeah, but Dionysus isn't great anymore.
He's a relic of...
Dionysus is awesome. Don't
Okay.
Dionysus.
Who do you use him? What do you use him for? Enlighten me.
Use Dionysus for?
Yeah.
I'll pull him out just to raid PvP land a lot of times.
That's it? Can you beat
Yeah.
difficult castles with him?
Oh my god. Not everything is How many people are actually hitting castles in this game?
That's like the main priority of... Yes.
Please. From what I don't play and I haven't played, but from what I see with you, nobody's hitting friggin' castles.
We're all hitting castles.
It's a bunch of teams
Watch what
just
you're
giving
saying.
the Dutch rudder to each other.
No.
And nobody's doing anything. The
No.
joke.
The only time I hit a castle is if somebody tries to hit mine, or if I'm revenging one of the other people in the alliance.
Exactly. There's no war. There's like 3 war teams in the game. You know, it's a joke.
There's not a whole lot.
Nothing going on. The hell cares if you beat Pigsy or not when you're just gonna be hitting VP PP all week every week.
Well, we're hitting castles.
Oh, okay. Why don't we hit some castles on stream? Show me what you got, D.
I have to level my Segunga
You're
first.
just so
Bring
practiced.
out the big D. Let me see. Come on.
Exactly. I haven't seen anybody hit castles in a while. Why don't you show me what you're working with?
We were doing raids just last week or 2 weeks ago.
Show them.
No, I will
Show
when
what
I max
happens
my
when-
Segunga.
Oh, okay.
And then I'll hit castles. Get off me.
Just saying, you know. It doesn't seem like war is a big thing. And it's definitely not one team versus one team. It's ridiculous. I don't know. I don't play, but...
Obi said, I'm a Zod fan. Superman sucks.
Oh, whoa.
Whoa.
Man. Have you watched Krypton?
You say it like he's going to answer right away because he's on voice, but he's not.
I'm not expecting instantaneous answers here.
I'm mad that Zalon asked me to stream and he didn't
proposed
show.
a question and he answered. What's wrong with this interaction?
Grandfather, the way he is, and his mom is probably, beside herself. Quite sure he has some stuff he's taking
I
care
think
of.
he's sleeping.
Hey, settle down, Jim. That should start making sense here.
No, he said he would be around all night.
We could cut him a little slack.
He can't visit his grandfather because the nursing home is sealed.
I've never said he could visit his grandfather, but
What?
On the live stream, he said that they're not allowed to call. That the home
Yeah.
will call them if they need to.
He can't call them either.
Yeah.
well, his grandfather should have a phone that he could call.
He has like
He doesn't have a
Alzheimer's.
phone?
I don't know. He made it seem like he had Alzheimer's,
Oh, okay.
and that the nursing home was going to contact them and let them know what was going on. So that's a crappy situation.
Well, if it was my grandfather, I'd be there. I don't care what the fucking nursing home says.
Well,
I'm sorry.
what if they don't let you in?
Sorry.
If they don't let you in, they don't let you in. You can't like push yourself through the doors.
245, I bet I can push the doors. They can call the cops if they want to, but try to keep me from my grandfather if he has COVID, and I don't leave.
Obi Zod said, yes, I watched Krypton. Disappointed that it was canceled, but I
Yeah.
might have been the only person watching. No,
We were watching.
we were
too, man.
watching.
Yeah, that's why I asked you.
We watched Krypton, and it actually got really good in the second season. And I don't know why they canceled it. Right? I didn't like the Zods, though.
Well, whatever. I mean, it is what it is. Different strokes, different folks.
Yes. Did anyone else watch Krypton? Or are we the only sci-fi dorkies?
Dorkies?
Yeah, Dorcases.
Is that Dorcases?
Yeah.
That's not even a word.
I just made it up.
I'll stand by you.
So Jim's been working. You've been working.
Mm-hmm.
Pisces is not working. Is Prometheo working?
I mean, I consider dealing with my family.
Work. I don't know if everyone would consider that as work.
That's work we all must
We
put
all
in,
must,
unfortunately.
deal with families.
So you go to college, or you said you graduated last year? What do you do?
What do you do?
I'm a patient person. For the most part, once I graduated, everything was about my sister and her baby.
Mm-hmm.
And after that. It was just wasn't really about marrying. It's just making sure they're okay.
So are you
Same
looking for a job? It's probably a crappy time to look for a job right now, right?
It depends on
Oh,
the
yeah,
job
that-
you want.
I don't know why you would say that, D.
That it's a bad time to look for a job?
Want to work for
Yeah, I don't
UPS,
know why
man?
you
We're
would say
hiring like
that.
crazy.
Well, I guess if you're an essential worker, then you can find a job.
You want to deliver food?
Wait a minute, what'd you say, Pisces? You don't drive?
What?
No, I can't yet.
What?
What?
Okay, you don't drive or you can't drive?
I have the permit. That's it.
Wait a second. I thought you graduated college.
No.
Like,
I
Lucy,
graduated
explain
high
yourself.
Something's going on here.
Graduated high school?
Let's get to the bottom of this.
Yeah, last year.
Oh, he graduated high school.
Okay, you can drive at 16.
Oh, you're right. You can drive at 16.
And
That's why I backed up and I thought that's what he said, that he couldn't drive.
Remember Pete Fromme? He graduated high
All right,
school at like 22.
don't throw names
so
out.
graduating high school is not a reflection of age. Some people just take longer.
He graduated at 22?
You know, remember he was dating that lady
All right,
with the
don't
5
mention
head?
names.
That giant ass 5 head? Yeah,
I know somebody in my school graduated at 20.
exactly. So,
With a
there you
5
go.
head?
Yeah.
Am I the only one that thinks it's weird that Drum says people with big foreheads are 5 heads?
It's not a 4 head, it's a 5 head. Maybe even more.
That's just so wrong.
You know, normal people have a 4 head. This woman had a 5 head.
Is that what she had?
At least. And she got a 1600 on her SATs. So I'm not even kidding around. This thing was maybe a 6 head. It was ridiculous.
Why don't you tell everyone how your birthday was?
It was fantastic.
All the food I made you.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
great.
it was
delicious.
great,
Delicious food.
It was like a 12-hour pulled pork.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, he woke up at like
was great.
1 or 2 in the morning. And he's like, "What are you doing awake?" And I'm like, "I'm cooking your pork." Yes.
That's how it went down.
That's exactly.
It's a true story.
So anyway, what I wanted to talk about was all the cool highlights of all the streams and stuff, and go down memory lane. But Salon's not here.
Go, Dan?
I wanted to go down memory lane.
Well,
Whoa. What?
One of the streams that I liked the most was the Conquest for Civ, because that was the week I returned the game.
Okay.
And I was on JJ's stream, which was right before Zalon, and I go, I don't think I can finish. And I go on to Zalon's stream,
That's what she said.
and I go,
Oh God.
I got Civ, what are you slackers doing? And they were in such disbelief that I got Civ.
So
And they
you're
go,
saying
"How'd
you
do that?"
finished.
And I was like, I gemmed 16 to 18 battle.
You jumped what?
I gemmed 16 to 18 battles in
He
Conquest.
paid to finish. That's what happened.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes,
Okay.
sometimes that's what you have to do.
Yeah. You
I
would
was
know.
only getting 2300 to 304 stupid numbers
What the heck are you
2,000
even saying right now?
to 3,400 on the 10th plinth. That was my best score I could get. It was garbage.
So out of all the streams, that's the one you remember?
Oh yeah, it was a lot of fun.
JJ is a good time. I think JJ is fun. He has a good energy. Right?
one of the best streams was Zalon was streaming, and I was in Discord with him, and a drunken D calls from Chicago.
Oh, I remember. I was with my coworker at
Yes, you introduced us to your coworker, and
Cheryl.
where you was, and you was drunk, and you dropped your key card, and it went, where'd it go?
Went down the elevator shaft.
Dribble chat.
And you stole, what'd you, oh, Captain Crunch or something.
Lucky Charms.
Lucky Charms.
Lucky Charms.
Hey Jim, I'm back. Did I miss anything?
We were
Not really.
we were talking about like the memories of all the fun streams and cool things that happened. And Jim was actually just talking about me showing up on a Zalon stream when I was in Chicago.
White girl wasted.
Yeah, we recently rehashed that on the launch stream, and
did
it
we?
definitely deserves to be brought up again and again and again.
When did you recently rehash this?
You obviously aren't staying up to speed on Salon streams.
Obviously. Well, so
We've been
What do
talking
you mean?
about how
They're
you
so
need to stream more
fantastic.
often, and thought that you were listening.
when was this?
Don't want to miss one.
This wasn't yesterday, was it?
No, it wasn't.
Okay,
I
okay.
barely listened to yesterday. I think it was.
Seems like you're not up to date on his streams either.
Oh, they're very long.
Yeah.
I do listen sometimes,
Yeah.
and I pop in when I can pop in. But sometimes you make me feel guilty, and you're like,
Oh, okay.
"Who are you gonna pick, Zalon or me?"
Oh, yeah, because that's how it works.
That's how it goes
No,
down.
Yeah.
I hear you. I mean, look at me. I just had to run because my caviar got here, so I was gone for the last 20 minutes.
Caviar.
Wow,
Yes,
somebody's
it's
not
called-
struggling
The
with this
one
COVID
is
over there.
fancy.
I just had to run because
I
more
thought you
caviar
actually
got
got
here.
caviar delivered to you.
Well, I did have caviar this morning, but that's because my wife is of Ukrainian
Who eats that shit?
origin.
What the hell?
I've never had caviar.
What?
No.
Oh, come on. Go to a Russian store, get yourself
Alright.
some red
I have to
caviar.
go to the bathroom.
I just can't picture me eating fish eggs. I'm sorry. I just can't picture it.
Black bread, butter, red caviar, shot of vodka. They'll love it.
Japan when I was in the Air Force and I didn't eat sushi, so you're not going to get me to eat fish eggs.
Ladies, you heard it first.
See how, I don't know. I can't associate with it, bro. I'm sorry.
Well, I lived in Ukraine for a year and a half, right when my wife and I got married, and when you're surrounded by only people who are speaking Russian, and all of them are speaking, to each other, and you're trying to find a way to break in, and they're serving you vodka and just about anything else along with it, then you try out some new stuff. I'll put it that way.
So did you like it the first time you... Or is it it's kind of like Scott?
It's a little bit of an acquired taste, but I will admit that once you learn to appreciate it's something that you can really crave.
He says that to all the guys, Jim.
What do you eat it on crackers? Like, what do you eat? I don't eat caviar.
Dark bread.
Dark bread?
Butter,
That's it?
red caviar right on top.
And does it actually have a flavor?
If it's good, it won't have a fishy flavor. It would have a salty flavor.
Okay. Interesting.
Very
There's a
interesting.
lot of things with salty flavors.
So, to sidestep, I was talking to Val, and she said, "Are you still streaming?" And I said, "Yes." And she said, and I said, "Join if you can and say hello." And she said, "I will, but in about 30 minutes," this was a while ago, "I have been drinking." Just a warning.
It's not her fault.
And I said, "It's okay."
Her company came early.
Yeah, her company came early. So she just
You
said,
know how that is, right?
she'll join me. And I said, "Yay." What?
What?
Whose company came early?
You know how it is.
Well, because your sister's here?
I'm just saying, somebody comes early, it's awkward.
You're gross. Stop. All right, going to the chats. Extinction is asking Prometheo, what about Naprosa? Naprosa.
What do you even say?
I can't talk. I'm on my third drink. What about Necrosa? Can it hold up?
What is that?
Go.
Is that
The
a
Necrosa's
title?
a
Hold up to
titan.
Segunga, if you build it right.
Seguga.
Necrosa and Lifespark are those two titans I showed you in
Life
the...
Spark?
Yeah,
What
and-
the hell is that?
It's a new titan I showed you in the Divine Gem Altar.
Since when?
Since the Divine Gem Altar got updated.
Divina Gemma Alta.
I've been telling you this stuff. Go ahead. Yes, with the right skills?
I think that Segunga will beat Necrosa.
Oh.
But it's an acquired taste, really.
Brain is here. The
Just like
lockdown,
drum.
the lockdown mess needs to hurry up and end. I'm eating too dang much. Yeah, I am too. I've been working out for 8 straight weeks, but I'm not losing any weight.
Okay, she's also deep-throating bags of chocolate, every day. It's disgusting.
Not.
I didn't quite know where you was going with that.
Deep throating chocolate?
Yeah, you get a bag, you're like...
Oh my
I'm
goodness.
not.
Eating it by the bag.
No, I'm not. When was the last time
Your
I
word
had?
choice is an SDG stream
You got
drop.
no more bags of chocolate because you took them all down.
Because that was like weeks ago. That was Easter chocolate.
Does she unhinge her jaws like an anaconda?
Yeah, it's crazy. You wouldn't believe what this woman could do.
Meanwhile, your sister made Spanish rice with beans, and she gave you a healthy serving. She gave herself a healthy serving, and then he went, Sam, don't give her a lot. She eats like a baby bird.
Unless it's chocolate.
I don't know what you're talking about.
No, you don't know. All right.
I don't.
Okay.
Extinction said, I did a build with the relics I have, and I can get 430k health and 500% armor on the Horde. I think he's talking about Necrosa, right?
That's an impressive amount of armor.
500% armor?
I mean, I don't know. I'm going by old standards. I don't know what today brings, but that sounds like a lot.
Prometheo.
Yeah, let me pull up the builds here. I've got my spreadsheet up, and I can tell you what I'm looking at.
A brain said, leave D alone. She's eating for 2. What? No, I'm not. Why would I be?
D&D Junior.
No. Might be a food baby. Why would I
So
be?
we want to talk about Segunga versus Necrosa?
I think
Is that
that's what he's
we're doing?
asking. But Extinction, you know you can join Discord. He said, what about Necrosa? Can it hold up? I did a build with relics I have, and I can get 430k health and 500% armor on Horde.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think the best point of time in this game was when Valorn
I
come
was
out.
3 years old.
And you had to have the right element to win the battle, you know? That felt like a really fun time in the game, and you could research. Now, I don't know. I really don't know what's going on, but it just seems like everything is so overpowered, where resists and everything are meaningless. And I don't know.
Drum, you raise a good point there. So what we're seeing now is a bunch of Titans that have this combination of melee and range resistance, and 90% of one or two elements of resistance, and a ton of damage, piercing, health, armor, all that shit. So they're all really overpowered from that perspective. And I think what we're getting back to is that every one of these Titans is being engineered to address pretty clearly certain elements. And I think that we're moving back towards a point in the game similar to like what you're saying, Drum, where if you attack with a certain Titan, then you are going to be good against certain other Titans. And there's going to be a clear answer for each defense. Unfortunately, where we are at the exact moment right now is there is no defense that can stop Segunga. And we're going to have to move a few months forward before there are any defenses that really even have a hope of it, I think.
You don't think there's a single defense that can stop Segunga?
No.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I loved the strategy aspect of the game when it was an aspect of the game that you had to, participate in. But and it just, it seems like they're just throwing, over the top stuff on top of over the top stuff.
Pretty much.
Yeah, so we're really moving through a period in the meta where Osiris was pretty much an answer to everything on both attack and defense for a moment. And then we got to a point where Osiris maybe wasn't able to beat, say, Pigsy unless you have a 5-star relic, or at least it was a difficult fight. And so defense sort of came back in the game apart from Osiris. So there's maybe better answers on defense, but still, with the right relics, Osiris can beat everything. And I think right now Segunga is the new Osiris, but she's not built quite the same way Osiris is, in that the power levels are really scaled up dramatically by having all the melee and range resistance built into her. And I think that the next wave of Titans we're going to see, there's going to be more and more of that, but it's going to be built in more of a a little more balanced of a way where it's not going to be one single answer to everything. And I'm hoping it will evolve in that direction. Although right now, we haven't reached that point yet, and Segunga can pretty much crush everything.
Now, just a hypothetical kind of question, like where do you see them going with this game and with Titan skills in the future? Because I mean, obviously they just continually up the ante in what a Titan will offer skill-wise, but where can they go from here? I mean, they've already given melee, they've already given range, they've already given all resist. Like, where can they possibly go? You know, for let's say 2021 with Titan skills that are going to make people continually purchase more Titans.
It's a good question. So, I think, well, troop damage is already filling in a lot of the slots in top damage builds. So they've pretty much pushed all the levers all the way to full on. You don't really need to build for crit because the crit's already given to you. You don't really need to build for elemental damage, although sometimes it makes its way in. But you have so much damage that troop damage kind of trumps all that in terms of optimizing the builds. So that's a sign that the game has kind of reached a point where all the levers are pushed all the way in. But armor piercing is still an arms race, so I think we're going to see the armor levels jacked up significantly very quickly. And I do think that there's going to be some curveballs thrown at us. Like, I mean, for example, they might come out with a series of relics that change not just your crit percentage, but which give you an increase in the amount of crit damage you're doing. So, that's one possibility they could go with. They could just increase the scaling of all the numbers. They've already started that with relics like the Bust of Zeus, which is 60% Titan and Troop lightning damage and 60% Maiden armor piercing. That represents effectively a doubling of what you would have had 12 to 18 months before. So there is some of that already happening. I've been joking that eventually the game's going to turn into Borderlands, where you're going to see damage numbers in the billions rolling off of things. And, that is legitimately a possibility if it goes far enough and they just keep ratcheting it up step by step.
Now, this is something I don't remember, but is crit damage a thing? I mean, obviously critical is 3 times damage, but do they have a multiplier in the game for crit damage currently?
They've started building that in, and it really began with Bast. Bast came with 4x crit damage, and then they've recently changed Grenadiers up to a 4x crit damage. And so all Grenadiers always are doing 4x crits instead of 3x crits.
Wow.
So I think that's sort of a precursor to potentially larger phenomenon in the game where they might give you the opportunity to do that with third classes. I think there's a lot of work to do before they get there, so the fuse is still burning. I mean, we still don't really have really solid attackers for Goliaths. They give us 4x skills, so that could be coming around. There was a lot said about Totek, but I just don't feel like we've really seen the crushing Imperials attacker that could be engineered. And each of these classes has its own unique truths. I mean, Omega Goliaths themselves are just insanely overpowered. So when you see a 4x skill Titan that has Omega Goliaths, I think that's going to be another game-breaking moment. But yeah, it's hard to see into the future. I think this new Heimdall release is giving us yet another look at how they're filling in the gaps and doing things that are potentially very interesting. I don't really like militia myself. I haven't leveled my militia, and I'm going to be working on that more because I have Uranus. But
what level is your militia?
I think I hit 16. Yeah.
Oh my.
Yeah, I was going to be working on them, but then we get these Panther Titans, so I'm like, I'm going to pop 25 on my Panthers. So that's 3 weeks right there. So I think the Heimdall skills that have come out melee resistance, and you're going to have double stacking of militia buffs on top of human troop buffs. So they're obviously trying to bring militia back into the game. It's possible that they are actually, listening to what I say about power levels and looking at the statistics from the game and saying, what's winning the most, what's winning the least, and how can we balance it out, at least from the perspective of giving each of these classes a fighting chance to do something. And with Uranus having come out with, he's essentially Militia Osiris, and then Heimdall's going to come out and be Militia Segunga, I think, there's interesting things happening to change the way the game is played, move it away from being a one-dimensional horde apocalypse. So I like that, but and I'm optimistic that we could move in a direction where the next wave are going to have these holes, so to speak, where there's something that can get through and other things that are not going to get through. But we're not there yet, so we just have to wait and see.
Now, do you find that there are troops, certain classes of troops, that are still unusable, like maybe Unax? Are they usable in the game now, or is it still just a joke?
Are you saying Unak is being unusable?
Yeah, previously, from the last I remember, which is going back, probably a year ago, you couldn't put them on defense and you couldn't use them on offense.
Right. So there is a rumored Titan that's been mentioned around that, and I do agree that right now Grenadiers are simply still too glassy, still not dynamic enough to be compelling, and they haven't really been giving us enough variations on Omega Grenadiers to make them really useful. Omega Grenadiers on Solzar, for example, could have been a really interesting combination because he has great Grenadier buffs, and you could have just gone all Panthers and then had the Grenadiers to bomb in. And that might have brought Solzar up to the level of Segunga. So I think that was clearly a mistake on their part to not throw the Omega Grenadiers in there. But there is a rumored Titan. I forget the name that people are throwing around for him, but it would be, call it Hades with a bunch of extra buffs on top, and then an invoke skill where you would get an automatic freeze on any Omegas that drop, and a big buff on the duration of free spells. And I think that could be interesting because, honestly, without the threat from the Omegas, I think that a Hades can still perform in the current meta. I've taken out Totex with him, and but the problem is obviously that where there's summons, they just pop right in the middle of you and really mess you up. So I think that there's probably going to be an effort to keep giving them stuff so that they can come back, but a lot of players are not going to take it seriously until they see it knocking on their door.
Yeah, with the Grens, it's summons obviously was a problem for them, and beyond summon spells, man, just you couldn't dodge a spell with a set of Grenadiers, and the price of the troop was ridiculous in comparison to what you would lose on every single battle, regardless if you won.
Yeah, lightning storms really messed them up.
Yeah, lightning.
I think they made a big mistake with lightning storms of not letting range resistance mitigate lightning, and not giving a clear any clear level at which armor would come in and help mitigate lightning storms.
Yeah. Also, an 8-second attack was insane.
Yeah.
It's like I couldn't. If you used them countless times, like you would be dead before you even fired one single shot.
Yeah, I think I remember when you and I were having chats about Hades a while back. I was saying that I think of Omega Grenadiers as essentially a delayed fireball, and if you happen to get a second shot out of them, then you consider yourself lucky.
Yeah, exactly. When I used to play, I used to use those Grenadiers. I just dropped them on troops just to tie them up for a second so I could get my Panthers in to kill them because I couldn't count on them to take a shot,
Right. Yeah, which is sad. I mean, you look at a Zeus where the Omegas do so much damage, and I think people do really appreciate them and try not to throw them on the front line. But the Omega Grenadiers, it's hard to manage that battlefield, and I think a lot of people do just use them as a distraction.
Yeah, like a raised dead, just drop them on an enemy troop, tie them up for a few.
Yeah, I really love using Hades as a skeleton summoner, where you just throw a skeleton ring on him and bring 6 skeleton spells, and then you get 9 skeletons that have a lot more toughness because of the skeleton ring, and use that as your meat shield. So it's sad that that's one of the better strategies with Hades.
Yeah, that could work.
Thank you guys for the nerdy talk. I love it. We just
Yeah,
got 4 more people that joined us. Prometheus, that's what we're here for.
You're welcome.
I love it. I love nerds. So hot.
I mean, look, I've been spending half my Saturday looking at a spreadsheet and a PowerPoint presentation, and I'm not getting paid for it.
That's
so a lot of people
sexy.
consider that completely crazy.
I love it.
I think Dee's ready for another drink.
I am ready for drink number 3. Nutter
There you
one.
go.
Nutter
Is this
one.
cocktail number 3, or what do you start with?
This is 3.
This is cocktail number 3. Fill her up.
Very good. Very good.
Fill her up, baby
Are we
cakes.
going clear liquids, or you get any golden things like bourbon in there?
No, so I think he's using like a citron vodka with like a splash of blue curacao and a tiny bit of Sprite.
That sounds lovely. I'm
It's
drinking
a girl drink.
Black Butte Porter right now.
Oh, interesting. Porter as in, are we talking about wine? I don't know what you're talking about.
Deutsches Brewery, Bend, Oregon, Black Butte Porter.
In layman's terms. Bear?
Beer.
Oh, beer. Beer. I am drunk.
Drum, you gotta raise this girl better. She doesn't know a porter is a beer.
No, I didn't know porter was a beer. He just wanted to make me a drink, so he's well trained.
So, if I could jump back to one more technical thing before we get the third drink in here and let the stream go completely off the rails.
It's already off the rails.
Yeah, there we go. So, Extinction was asking about Necrosa and Segunga. So, what I'm looking at is the Necrosa build that I've been testing is with the 5-star spared. So, you get max melee and 90% ranged. Bone Sword, Elemental Grasp, Coiled Serpent, Babashka's Trinkets, and Ragged Pauldrons for poison. So you have 90% poison resistance and 60% to off elements, 90% void. So with that build, which has 466% armor, 432,000 health, 75% AP, and horde damage, including crit of about 20,000, I'm seeing Necrosa's effective health against Segunga of being about, call it 1 billion. So pretty darn tanky, and that's before any of the Omegas start dropping. So, everything that I say, take it with a grain of salt, because Omegas dropping for Necrosa could potentially be the deciding factor. I'm looking at Segunga attacking that with the Night Whisper, Forest Carving, Panther Muzzle, Pandora's Box, Ancient Sling, and Venom Seed. So you're getting to 80% melee resistance, 90% void you have from the start. The extra damage and health and armor gets you to 207% armor, 210% armor piercing. So this is not a piercing build. I'm not going to try and break 466% armor with the Panthers. And so the Panthers are doing damage, including crit. So it's adjusted damage of 33,000 with max crit. So you're talking damage with crit of about 100,000. They've got 233,000 health. And so I'm looking at them having effective health of about 655 million. So also pretty big. And gross damage of 1.5 million. the damage on the necrosis side being 300,000. And so I'm seeing Segunga coming out ahead in that power comparison. Now, in my experience, when I have looked at Panthers attacking before, the Panthers did not need to have the mathematical advantage in the fight in order to win. And that's for a few reasons. One of them being that with battalion units versus Panthers, the Panthers generally have a huge advantage in that the battalion units don't tend to do as much damage against Panthers as they should. The Panthers also get a huge benefit from effective use of rages and shields. So you're getting really big burst damage. And, I think all of that is all in spades between Panthers and Horde. I think Panthers have outperformed when they're attacking Horde, and that we're seeing ridiculously fast fights against Osiris with Solzar. Segunga seems to be ripping through pretty much anything out there right now. So I think, based on all that, the numbers being in favor of Segunga in that fight, I think Necrosa probably goes down. It'd be interesting to see how long it takes and how many Omegas drop, but I don't think that that's going to make a big difference.
I hope you got that, Extinction. Lots of information. Drum. That was a lot to process.
What?
He just gave a ton of information about Necrosa versus
Well, he's probably
Segunga.
he's gonna put out a video too, right?
Yeah. And he said that he's ashamed of you that I don't know what porter is. Did you know porter was beer?
Oh, okay.
Don't lie. Don't lie.
Yep.
You did not. You
Drum's
didn't.
not a beer drinker.
No, he's not.
I drink IPAs because one of my friends is big on IPAs. He gets all sorts of fancy ones, but I haven't seen it in a while because of quarantine.
Churro said these numbers are making my brain explode.
I'm not going to clean up the wall. If your brain explodes on the wall and it makes a mess, or around your apartment, that's all on you.
So,
Not my
Pinocchio,
fault.
are you working during COVID?
Yeah.
You
Yes,
are.
it has not slowed down for me.
You going into the office or are you working from home?
Working from home, and with my kid being at home for whatever the school district wants us to do with them, which I've actually kind of been thumbing my nose at. I'm teaching him where I can, and we have lessons for him, so I'm confident that he's not falling off track. But it gets a bit hectic.
Yeah, things are crazy with schools, right? Like all the kids are doing like online learning and the parents are supposed to, I guess, keep them on track. But how do you do that and work from home? I don't even know.
Tell him what your job was going to do for you.
What?
What your job was going to do for you.
Oh, so I have a rich boss who lives in
Many
Jersey.
rich bosses.
Yeah, many rich bosses, but I have one wealthy boss who lives in Jersey, and he got freaked out when this whole COVID thing happened. So he got a chartered flight for his wife, him and his wife and his dog to Florida because he has a house there on like the Panhandle in like a real rich neighborhood, and he's been there ever since. And so he feels like we're not productive because we're not with each other. So instead of him coming back here and maybe us getting an office space in the burbs or something and working together so we don't have to travel into the city, he thought that it would be really smart for
He thinks
that it would be super smart for all of us to relocate ourselves to Florida for 2 months.
Families and everything.
Families
all
and everything.
expenses paid.
All expenses paid. And he's like, can you and Drum come? And I'm like, well, Drum's essential, so no.
And she's no longer invited because I'm essential and she might have been exposed.
Here's the saying my dad and I use sometimes. You can't fix stupid.
So stupid because...
It's not stupid, it's rich.
It's retarded. It's just dumb. Like, come back to where you live and, like, let's get an office space in the suburbs if you don't want to go into the city, and we can all work together somewhere and drive there. So we're not taking public
Or you
transportation.
can live in a beach house.
Right. Or you can stay in your beach house in Florida, but don't, like, expect all of us to fly out our families and everyone to live out there with you so that we can work together in an office space. It just doesn't make any sense. We now have 21 people watching, 22 people watching. Val is coming.
Yeah, sure she is.
Looks like Salon is.
I don't think
Wait.
On Discord.
I don't think we're gonna make it for Val here.
Val's here.
Aye.
I'm here.
Oh,
Yay!
shit.
What are you drinking, Val? I'm on drink number 3.
Ciroc black raspberry.
What is that?
It's a puffy
Something like that.
vodka.
It's a puffy vodka?
Yeah.
What does puffy mean?
P. Diddy.
is.
Oh, like Puff Daddy?
Really,
Oh.
it's frilly.
Really?
It is so good though. Oh my gosh, you like don't even need anything to go with it.
So what are you putting with it?
Nothing.
You're just drinking it straight, like on the rocks?
Yeah. Well, my cousin's here, so we haven't seen each other forever. So we were like,
We're like, forget the mixers.
forget the mixers.
Let's get straight to it.
We're like, you want a shot? I'll take a shot.
So how many have you had?
Oh my god. I think we
okay.
finished the bottle. We have a little bit left of one bottle.
Oh my god.
I'm
I'm on drink number 3. How many shots were you putting my drinks? 2 each, so I'm on shot number 6.
I don't know.
You
They've
don't
gotten
know.
progressively stronger.
They've gotten progressively stronger.
Progressively stronger.
Hey, Zalon.
Hey, what's up?
Oh, you're in you are in such big trouble.
Listen,
I
listen.
streamed for
I knew
you.
exactly when D would go live. I knew it would happen.
You're in trouble.
As
Well, I'm
soon as
happy
I
you
would
guys
pass out.
turned it around here because
I
we're
knew-
about to end this
I
thing.
knew it. So that's why I made sure I put some alarms.
I could hear he has sleepy head. I could totally hear he was sleeping. You fell asleep, didn't you?
When
He had a little disco nap to get himself ready.
when I message you at like I don't know,
8:30.
when?
It was like 8:30. He's checking to make sure I'm correct.
This is today at 6:03.
Oh, okay. Well, but didn't you? No, you messaged me at 8:04, and you said okay.
You see?
And then at 8:10, you were like, "Don't rush."
I know. At 6 o'clock, I was wondering what was going on, but that's okay. It's okay. I had to make sure I actually did so. I could have just stayed in silence and just been like, "Oh, we'll just let her." But it sounds good. It sounds like you're doing completely fine.
Not really. I mean, not really. I'm on drink number 3. We have 20 people watching. I was doing impersonations. I was doing Zalon impersonations. I'm like, oh, well, he's going to be like, well, D, you can't expect the 40 people that you normally have because you haven't streamed in a really long time.
True.
Right?
This is all
That's
very
what you would
true.
say.
True.
I gotta say, Zalon, it's nice to have a new NTG streamer, you know, having
Oh, be quiet.
D get a channel going and throw a stream up here, you know.
Totally new.
No,
It's really expanding the community.
it's very true.
Totally new.
I just want to say, I offer her streaming every week,
You do not. You're such a liar.
but she does not want to,
Oh my
and she
God.
uses me as an excuse.
You're lying. So
I
Zalon.
think I might believe it there, Drum.
Oh my God.
Yep.
Don't believe him.
Believe it.
Don't.
Believe it.
He's lying. So what I wanted to talk about, but you weren't here,
Oh,
was
God.
all of the cool highlights of all the cool streams.
Oh, my God, really?
What? And they were meant. Jim
Why
was
don't you
saying.
make new highlights?
What are the new highlights?
Exactly.
What? I wanted to go down memory lane.
Forget about
But
memory
I like
lane.
the memories.
future is now.
But I like the memories.
Live it.
I love the memories.
Memories are gone.
But it's cool.
Create new memories.
But I like to hear what people say.
But they're gonna say it right now.
It
If you let
fills
them,
me with joy.
come on, talk to your people. Val's wasted. You tell me you're not gonna get something fun out of her?
So anyway, we were talking about memory lane and all the cool fun streams, and
Oh
Jim
my God! Forget about memory lane.
mentioned when you were streaming.
Memory lane is closed.
Shut up. when you were streaming and I was in Chicago and I dropped my key card in the elevator shaft.
Here we go.
And then- So Val, what was your? Do you have a favorite stream? Do you have a favorite memory?
I think the lady stream was my
That was
favorite.
so much fun, right?
It was so much fun. It was
The
probably my
cat
favorite.
house.
Oh, except for that part.
I was so nervous during that stream.
It's okay, Val. Some women like to be taught.
It's okay, Val. I like to be taught too.
I totally forgot about that.
Oh my! How did you remember that?
Drunk remembered it. I have other people who bring it up to me, and I'm like, yeah, okay.
Oh
Let's
my.
forget about that one.
So, do you have a favorite stream other than? Well, I guess it was the girl one. Do you have any other memories?
I don't know. I just always seem to say something inappropriate.
That was
What's
super fun, though. It's not that you're saying anything inappropriate. I would like to place the blame on the men and say that they're taking it the wrong way.
It's not that you're saying something inappropriate. It's just that you are inappropriate.
No, she's not. Stop.
Okay.
Oh no, I think I lost. Someone just said party time. I think I lost visual.
What
Oh,
are you
no.
even talking about?
Hold on.
I see. Weird.
Do you see my screen or is it gone? This happened
It's like
twice.
It's black with like a something on the left corner.
This happened twice already.
Wah, wah.
I think my stream is over.
Well, don't you have to just?
Really? Now that you have people on,
Right
it's over?
I don't know. I just lost 8 people.
It's over.
Oh my gosh, don't be so concerned. I fluctuate all the
So
time.
I'm using an app that is screen mirroring my screen. And for some reason, it keeps crashing, and my screen keeps turning black.
She's also getting pretty wasted at this point in time.
This happens as well.
She probably closed the game to like check her chats or something.
No, I didn't.
Why don't you just put a screensaver up and we'll just keep talking?
Yeah.
It's about as interesting as your gameplay anyway.
Oh, burn.
What's the problem? I'm just PPing. Do you have an issue with PPing?
No, but apparently someone I was doing it with, someone just threatened me earlier.
You know, D, I gotta say, PPing can lead to a real golden stream.
But
Oh my. Alright, I'm trying to get my video back. You guys talk amongst yourselves.
what? Whose stream is this?
Yeah, this is
Hold
the
on.
best.
Aren't you glad you woke up for this,
Let me
Alon?
try to get my video
Oh,
back.
I am so glad. I am so
Go
glad.
away.
Hashtag blame Zalon.
Just talk amongst
No,
yourselves.
there's no blame.
So, Zalon, do you have a favorite stream memory?
Oh my god.
What?
Really?
Well, I have a favorite memory. Yes, of course, of course. There are.
Alright, I'm working on my video, guys. Bear with me.
It's sometimes hard to pick out what's your favorite, though. Actually, one of my favorites is when Drum asked Jim if he Jesus Christ,
Come
Jim.
on, spit it out,
Jesus
Jesus.
Christ, Jim, are you okay?
Yeah, that is definitely in my top 3 favorite things that has ever happened.
Well, he was
That
struggling.
was
that's
funny.
all.
He
you
was
know?
breathing really heavy.
Yeah. And every once in a while, we'll still catch Jim doing it, too. That's why he joins in the streams early and skips out early.
He was here.
Hey, Jim loves oxygen.
Yeah, see? Yeah, if he's in for the first 15, 20 minutes, he's good. But if he's on too long, heavy breathing kicks in.
Jim was here. Oh my.
My man loves O2.
Unable to connect to AirPlay.
Oh my god, really?
Alright, give me 2 more seconds.
Oh, what happens to that?
You're not technical at all. You don't ever help with any of this
Okay,
stuff.
and I don't stream, so it's not on me.
Take
So
your
wait. So you guys have been drinking. So what do you guys have for tonight? What have you been drinking?
We have a lemon vodka with blue curacao and Sprite.
It sounds very fancy.
It's like a fluorescent blue tasty drink.
It's super electric blue. It's really pretty.
Yeah, they're drinking fancy drinks over there, and they're criticizing me for eating caviar.
Oh, really? That's very fancy, Prometeo.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's like Hannibal Lecter over there. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Hello, Clarice.
Yeah.
I'd love to have you for dinner with some fava beans.
So, Loki said, Prometeo, I saw some Segunga on defense. Does it have any defensive potential?
No.
You know, it's a good question.
Probably not.
I think that on defense, Segunga, built for lightning resistance, could be tough. You're probably going to want to cover physical as well because Uranus is out there, and it could be a challenge.
Uranus?
But a lot of people don't really believe it until they see it. So I'm going to say she's really built for attack, and without any omegas, you're going to have trouble managing ranged. But you can get max range resistance. So I think that, from a math perspective, that should get you through those fights. But, it's difficult to predict by the numbers exactly how Panthers behave on defense.
Okay, now, from my experience, now this experience is dating back probably a year ago today, maxed range resistance on Goliaths was